Welcome back to episode 7 of RealtyCheck. I'm here, Vinny Martin, with my host Jake Garay, and today's episode is going to be about why your first property should be a rental property. And we really want to talk to you guys about why this is a smart thing to do. Many people, they want to get out of their house. They're saving up a lot of money to put a down payment on a mortgage. Really get your first home. But we want to talk to you guys about, being smart about this, really taking another look into this. So why we're saying your first property should be a rental property. There's a lot of key benefits to that. One being that, you have this money saved up, instead of purchasing a home, or a car, you have thousands of dollars set up in the bank, you put it into an investment property, rental property, that could potentially pay later on down the road for your house, for the house that you're going to be moving into. So really, a big point that, actually something that we're always, told is that your house is an asset, and really unless your house is paying you, which most people's house, it's a bill every month, your mortgage is a bill, unless you turn that around, if you're renting out a home, maybe you're living in a multifamily and you're bringing in rent income, in that case it is an asset. So it changes it up a little bit. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that.
It's kind of like anything else, guys. If you think about it in simple accounting terms, assets make you money. There's something that brings a return, and liabilities are something that costs you money. Right. And for most people, especially first-time home buyers, or really any home buyer in general, they spend a lot of time accumulating a down payment. It takes thousands and thousands of dollars to buy a house, especially nowadays if you're looking at a house that's $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. If you're looking to put 10 or 20% down, you're talking about tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah. So if you're going to be purchasing a property and spending that cash, once it's gone, it's gone. So a big thing is how can you earn a return on that cash and not just have the opportunity cost of it being gone forever. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't live in the first house you buy. One of the scenarios that we're going to talk about in a future video is if you wanted to buy, say, a 4-family or a 3-family or a 2-family, one of the beautiful benefits of that is you get the incentives of being a first-time home buyer, the low down payment, 3.5% down on $100,000, that's $3,500, which is incredible. There's all these different loan programs out there to incentivize first-time home buyers to purchase a property. But if you add into that you're now purchasing a 2-family or a 3-family or a 4-family, then you're getting all of the tax incentives that come along with being a landlord and owning an investment property. You get the interest on the mortgage being tax deductible, any improvements done to the building tax deductible, and all the other deductions. I'm not going to go through all of those. If you want to see those, watch our video on the pros and cons of being a landlord. But the point is that instead of paying your mortgage yourself, you can now have the people who live in units 2, 3, 4, whatever it may be, pay your mortgage for you, or a portion of that mortgage. So now you turn that liability into an asset. And then, not to mention, even if you have a property that's just cash flowing a couple $100 a month, that's your car payment.
Right.
If you're breaking even after your mortgage and you're making $200, $300 a month, you can use that money to save, pay for your car. A lot of very successful financial advisors and things like that recommend that you buy an asset to pay for the liability before you buy the liability, because once that cash is spent on the liability, it's only going to depreciate. It's never going to appreciate and earn money. A car, as soon as you drive it off the lot, a $30,000 car is $25,000 now, instant loss of cash. So that's one of the big things to keep in mind, and not to mention, as you're building up the equity, it's an automatic savings. It's a forced savings. You can't tap into it and say, oh, I want to put $100 away a week, and then in week 3 you say, oh, here comes a bill, I got to take that money in, like you would if it was in a bank account. You can't do that with the house unless you're going to sell the house, which I don't think you're going to do every single time you need a couple $100. So it's automatic savings, it's forced savings, you're building equity, and there's so many different options, but it's definitely something to consider. I'll kick it back to Vin.
Yeah, and definitely guys, just keep an eye out. In a future video, we are going to go through, an example with you guys. We're going to lay out some numbers for you guys. This way, you guys can actually see, okay, this number, and really see it in the ratio of how this can all play out for you. So keep an eye out, guys, and we'll see you soon.